Assalamualaikum to Dr. Ainna and the viewers. Today, me and my team members would like to present our group project case study. The case study that is chosen is case study 1, which titled The Remote Work Resignment.
In this video, we will present about case study 1, the remote work resignment. InnovateTech has implemented a hybrid work model following the COVID-19 pandemic. While some employees are in the office 3 days a week, the software development team was granted permission to remain fully remote. This has led to resentment from the marketing and sales teams, who feel that the remote developers receive preferential treatment. Tensions escalate when the software team consistently misses deadlines, but management continues to defend the team's flexibility. The marketing manager complains to HR that the developers' inaccessibility is crippling their ability to plan and execute campaigns, while the sales team complains of a communication gap affecting their client relationships. The developer team claims that their work is not location dependent and that they communicate effectively through online channels, accusing the in-office teams of micromanagement.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we will discuss about the case study number 1, which is the remote work resignment. I will explain about the primary root of cause of the interdepartmental conflict from human resource perspective. The primary cause of this conflict is the strong feeling of unfairness in work arrangement among employees. At InnovateTech, the hybrid work model is not implemented equally across all departments. The software development team is allowed to work fully remotely, while the marketing and sales team are required to be physically present in the office several days each week. Because management did not clearly explain the reason behind this different arrangement, employees begin to feel that the organization is practicing favoritism. Marketing and sales employees believe that they are being treated unfairly compared to the software developer. Over time, this perceived inequality weaken trust in management decision and create resentment between departments, which become a major source of conflicts. The second major cause of conflict is ineffective communication between teams. Marketing and sales team rely heavily on quick response and regular updates to plan campaign, coordinate strategy, and maintain good relationship with clients. However, they often experience low replies and limited availability from the software development teams, which disrupt their workflow and delay decision making. From the developer perspective, they believe that online communication tools are sufficient and that their work does not require constant real-time instruction. They also feel that repeated follow-up and in-office team represent micromanagement. Because there are no clear communication guideline or response time expectation, misunderstanding continue to occur, leading to frustration and tension on both sides. Another important issue contributing to the conflict is weak accountability and unclear performance expectation. The software development team consistently miss deadlines, yet management continue to support their flexible working arrangement without taking corrective action. This situation creates dissatisfaction among marketing and sales teams, who feel that performance standards are not applied equally. When some teams are allowed to more flexibility despite poor performance, while another are expected to meet strict deadlines, employees perceive that system as unfairness. Research shows that fair and consistent performance evaluation is essential to maintaining employee satisfaction, trust, and harmony in the workplace. Without clear KPIs and accountability measures, resentment and conflict continue to grow. The conflict is further intensified by ineffective change management. InnovateTech introduced the hybrid work model after COVID-19 pandemic without providing clear guidelines, detailed explanation, or training on how departments should collaborate under the new system. As a result, employees were left to interpret the new working arrangement on their own. Because there was no sharing vision and structure support from management, each department adjusts differently. This lack of coordination caused confusion regarding role, responsibility, and expectation. Over time, this inconsistency increased tension between teams and made collaboration more difficult. Lastly, difference in work culture and attitude between departments contribute significantly to the conflict. Software developers generally value autonomy, flexibility, and minimal supervision. In contrast, marketing and sales team depend on face-to-face interaction, frequent communication, quick decision-making, and continued collaboration. This contrasting work style often lead to misinterpretation. Developer may view frequent check-in as a micromanagement, while marketing and sales team may interpret delay response as a lack of cooperation or commitment. Without effort to align expectation through clear collaboration protocol or team building initiative, this culture difference continue to fuel ongoing conflicts.
Next, design a mediation plan to address the conflicting interests of the software team flexibility and the marketing or sales team's collaboration. HR should employ an organized mediation procedure based on Peter Cunliffe's 8-phase approach to resolve the dispute between the software team and the marketing or sales teams. HR needs to determine whether mediation is appropriate and names all parties involved in the first step, which is preparation. This is because mediation is the best course of action because this dispute arises from unclear hybrid work expectations, miscommunication, and perceived injustice. In order to ensure fairness, HR also must determine each team's readiness to participate, evaluate any power disparities, especially the software team's advantage because of management support, and set up a neutral meeting location. In the second stage, known as the introduction, HR serves as an impartial mediator by outlining the rules, defining the goal of mediation, and establishing expectations for civil and private communication. Instead of putting blame, HR explains that the process is optional and attempts for a shared, interest-based solution. Trust is built by ground rules like no interruptions, listen actively, and focus on issues, not people. The mediation then move on to opening statements where each team is asked to present their viewpoint, while the marketing and sales teams complain delayed replies and missed deadlines that impact campaigns and client relationships. The software team defends their need for remote flexibility. To make sure everyone feels heard, HR pays close attention, paraphrases objectively, and appreciates the feelings conveyed. Then, HR proceeds to agenda construction after hearing both sides, where the main concerns are determined and arranged. These include perceived unfair treatment, unclear expectations for hybrid work, missing deadlines, poor communication, and inadequate collaborative mechanisms. HR ensures that everyone is in agreement on which concerns should be prioritized and writes these topics in an impartial manner.
My name is NURUL binti ZAMRI. Now I'm going to continue the mediation plan. So once the agenda is finalized, the mediation moves into the exploration phase. At this stage, HR guides a deeper discussion to uncover the root causes of the conflict. For example, the marketing and sales team explain how delay responses disrupt campaign planning and affect customer relationships, while the software team share that they often receive sudden and unplanned requests. Through this open discussion, both sides gain a better understanding of each other's challenges, helping to build empathy and reveal the underlying interests behind their concerns. After that, HR can schedule private meetings with every team to discuss sensitive issues confidentially. While marketing and sales may feel unsupported by management, the software team may express concerns about losing flexibility if more strict rules are put in place. Before negotiations start, HR use this stage to assess each party's best or worst alternative to a negotiated agreement and to help define reasonable expectations. Continue to the next stage, which is negotiation. HR guides both teams toward practical and interest-based solutions. Through brainstorming, the teams agree on several actions, such as using a shared project management platform to improve transparency, holding weekly cross-department meetings to align timelines, and also setting core working hours when everyone is available to communicate. The software team also agrees to work on-site during critical project phase while still maintaining flexible schedule. So, to prevent future issues, clear response time standards and an escalation process are established so that marketing and sales are promptly informed of any delays. Finally, the mediation concludes with agreement and implementation. HR documents all agreed upon solutions in a clear written agreement that outlines each team's responsibilities, communication guidelines, and expectations for hybrid work. A follow-up plan is also established with HR reviewing the agreement on a monthly basis to make sure it remains effective and making adjustments when needed. By promoting transparency, fairness, and continuous cross-department collaboration, this structured mediation approach not only resolves the current conflict but also helps with prevent future misunderstandings. So, that's all for the mediation plan.
Now I will proceed with the presentation. My name is Adriana binti AMRAN and I will be presenting question 3, which is what organizational policies or strategies could HR propose to senior leadership to proactively prevent similar conflict from arising due to different work models. The first policy that can be implemented is the transparent, hybrid and remote work eligibility policy. This policy is about defining who is eligible for hybrid or remote work and under what conditions. By being transparent, it helps employees to understand the criteria and approval process, reducing confusion or feelings of unfairness. It also sets clear expectations for communication and performance, ensuring productivity while promoting fairness and consistency across the organization. The purpose of this policy is to eliminate perceptions of favoritism by making sure that every decision about work mode is based on job requirements, collaboration needs, and business functions rather than personal preference or managerial bias. In order to implement this policy, HR must conduct a structured job analysis for every role across all departments. This analysis should examine daily tasks, communication levels, interdepartmental dependencies, and customer interaction requirements. Once the criteria are established, HR should communicate the policy through memos, employee handbooks, and briefings so that all employees understand how and why work arrangements are assigned. Also, regular reviews should be scheduled to adjust the policy as business needs evolve. Besides, by implementing this policy, the overall impact on the workplace includes better trust between departments, improved morale, and smoother collaboration. When everyone understands the expected availability and accessibility of other teams, planning becomes easier and misunderstandings will be decreased, which will prevent conflict from escalates. This leads to a more structured workflow and a healthier working environment. This policy helps organizations by improving transparency and promoting fairness in all work arrangements. By clearly explaining the reasons behind different work models, employees understand management decisions better, which reduces feelings of jealousy, frustration, or inequality. It also ensures that HR applies decision consistently so employees in similar roles are treated equally. This not only prevents potential conflict but also builds trust, improve morale, and support a more positive workplace culture. Overall, the policy fosters harmony, encourages collaboration, and allows employees to focus on their work, knowing that fairness and consistency are maintained across the organization. Moving next, this policy helps to prevent similar conflicts in the future by ensuring that remote or hybrid arrangements are always justified and communicated clearly. Since decisions are based on documented criteria, teams cannot claim that another department is receiving special treatment. It also reduces the risk of miscommunication and delays caused by unclear expectations, improving long-term harmony and alignment across all departments. So that is all from me. I will pass the presentation to the next person.
For the second strategy, HR can propose the one platform communication rule to prevent future conflict caused by different work models. The main purpose of this policy is to standardize communication across all departments by ensuring that everyone uses one official platform for work-related communication and task coordination. In the case of Innovate Tech, conflict happened because communication was scattered across emails, messaging apps, and informal channels, especially between remote and on-site teams. This created delays, misunderstanding, and frustration. To implement this policy, HR should first select one official communication platform that will be used company-wide. All task requests, updates, deadlines, and interdepartmental discussion must be communicated through this platform. Managers play an important role in ensuring that their teams actively monitor and respond on the platform during working hours. HR should also provide basic training so that employees understand how to use the platform effectively. If any important discussion happen outside the platform, such as through calls or informal messages, the key point must be summarized and recorded on the official system to maintain transparency. This policy helped the organization by creating one clear and reliable source of information. Employees no longer need to check multiple platforms to find updates or instructions. Communication records are properly documented, which improve accountability and makes it easier to track responsibilities and follow up on delayed tasks. The impact on the workplace is a more organized and efficient working environment. Employees experience fewer communication breakdowns, clearer task coordination, and better collaboration between departments, regardless of whether they work remotely or on-site. This also reduces stress and resentment caused by missed messages or unclear expectation. Most importantly, this policy helps prevent similar conflict from arising in the future by eliminating communication gaps between teams. When everyone uses the same platform, delays and misunderstanding are minimized. Clear, transparent, and consistent communication support on smoother collaboration and help maintain positive working relationship across department.